Let's make a demo. Welcome back to the Echo Chamber. I am Echo 242, and the Echo Chamber is a space where we are creating to safely share our experiences, love, light, and sight with each other. Let's get right into it. Today we're going to be making a demo of a song that I wrote that I'm calling You. It's a song about encountering the complicated problems that can happen in our relationships that are consequences of growing, healing, and becoming more of who we are in this lifetime. As promised, I'm letting you take an inside look at what my process is for recording a demo. Make sure you stick around to the end of this video to get a first look at my song You that will be released later this year in 2023. Let's get into it. For the first guitar that we're gonna do today, we're gonna go over to the left, if you see where my cursor is around, to audio effects, and we're gonna choose an amp and sound that we like. So amps and pedals, amp designer, mono, and we're just gonna go through this, see if there's something that we like. All right, so for this first guitar, we're just gonna go with the first amp that popped up here. It looks like it's modeled after a Vox, which is the amp that I use. So I turned up the bass a little bit, preference a little bit, all the way. I'm gonna pull up the mids a little bit. Treble, the level that I was at is fine. Again, this is all gonna change. We're doing this for a demo. But this is what it sounds like without that amp modeler on. And here we are with it on. That sounds pretty good to me. So we're gonna go with it. I'm gonna change the camera angle to over my shoulder so I have a little more space to work. But I'll work out this first part, and when I get to the second part, I will see you guys then. How about a monologue while we watch a montage of this session? I want to share a little more of why I've decided to open up the echo chamber and share what I'm doing here with you. Ready for it? No one cares. I don't mean that in the no one cares why bother kind of way. What I mean is no one cares enough about what I'm doing here to go out of their way to hate on it. I heard a great quote recently. If you have a thought that starts with what if, that is an intrusive thought. Intrusive thoughts meaning it isn't even really you or I. They're randomly generated thoughts of the ego trying to protect itself from some imagined threat or embarrassment. These types of thoughts can sound like, what if people don't like me? What if this comes off as cringy? Or what if my music sucks? Or I'm exposed as a know-nothing? I asked myself this question. If I'm not the intrusive thoughts, then who am I? The best answer I've come up with to that question is, I am the observer of the intrusive thoughts. I am the entity who is not aligned with ideas that attempt to hide my true self from others. Any thoughts born from the ego that has ever kept me from opening myself up to others does not stand up to the scrutiny of this question. Are you in a place in your life where you're ready to ask yourself, who am I? If you are, let us know in the comments. And if it feels safe for you to do, Let us know how you answer that question. Do you have music you want to make? A piece of art you want to bring into the world? A book to write? Content you want to post? Write the song. Break out your paints and brushes. Start writing. Post your content. What's acting as a barrier is the ego. It isn't and has never been anyone else. It's not even you. All right, so we are 24 hours later. I had some time to lay down some scratch tracks, I guess we could call them, for the demo. We're going to listen to a couple of the individual pieces, and yeah, after I let you hear a couple of the individual pieces, I'll explain what we're doing next. All right, so what I have highlighted here is the verse underlick, which is the sort of melody for the guitar part that I have here. Like I explained before, I'm not a classically or trained in any way type guitarist, so what you'll notice here, if I have it split in two different parts because I was struggling a little bit with the transition, but I think it came together pretty good. So here's the underlick. Next, I'm gonna let you guys listen to, or I'm gonna play for you guys, I should say. I'm gonna play for you the secondary guitar part. Pretty simple, played on the low E string only. And this is gonna overlay on top of the underlick that you just heard. Hopefully it makes sense. We'll listen to it together a little bit later, but for right now, I will just let you listen to this part. For the chorus, I am playing slightly different variations and different effects on the same chord progression panned hard left and hard right. So here's what is panned hard left. And hard right. And finally, a lead that is going over the chorus. All right, so next we are going to work on a bass line that I'm going to work through. So I have a couple ideas in my head that I have to work out. I don't have a bass, so I'm using the Nectar here, and as you can see, I sort of have it laid out with all the notes on it so that as I come up with parts, I can sort of mark down what I'm playing, so when I eventually have a musician go through and do the bass part,
that I at least have the notes available so we don't have to work that part out. So I'm going to be working on this for the next little bit. After I get a part that I feel decent about, I will bring you back in and let you have a listen. All right, before I go ahead and do that, I want to go in and show you guys how to add a MIDI track. So I'm going to go up here to where we were adding tracks earlier, same place. So plus, the choose a track type window opens, and instead of guitar or bass, which remember this is how you add like a live instrument track, we're going to do external MIDI, create, and that's what we're going to be using. All right, it's been another 24 hours or so. I was working yesterday to get a bass sound, which for a stock plugin, I got a pretty decent sound for bass. And got a part that I'll let you listen to now. It's not earth-shattering, but I think it fits the song the way that it needs to. We'll take a listen to how everything came together.
There it is. That's what creating a demo on my project looks like at the moment. I really hope you enjoyed this week's session in the echo chamber. If there's anything that you would have done differently or the same, or something that you would have liked to have seen more of, please leave it in the comments. I'd love to learn more about production process from this community. And more importantly, I want to make sure you guys are able to see the things that you want to be seeing from me. As always, if you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments, and please consider checking out my first video, Welcome to the Echo Chamber, liking this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribing to the channel to get alerts when I post new videos. Please enjoy this first look at my song, You. And as always, love freely.